Good morning. Well done. Wow. You made it out of bed. You all get gold stars for coming out in the cold. Good job. I also wanted to stay snuggled up in there. My name is Tricia Graffelman. I'm the Mission and Ministry Coordinator here at the Heart of Longmont. I want to thank you for getting up today and getting in here.
We are the young, our lives are a mystery. We are the old who yearn for your face. We have been sung throughout all of history, called to be light to the whole human race.
Why? Why is sort of a hard one for me and for a lot of people. And people of faith, we have a lot of why questions. And we have to kind of work through some of them. And the good thing is that even when we don't know the answer to the why, we know that God is with us in the unknown. So that's what I want you to think about today.
So God created humans in his image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. God blessed them, and God said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves upon the earth." And from Psalms, I am weary with my moaning. Every night I flood my bed with tears. I drench my couch with my weeping. My eyes waste away because of grief. They grow weak because of all my foes.
I think of my years of ministry, and the one question that I get asked over and over and over and over again is why? Why so much suffering? Why do bad things happen? Remember the book, Why Do Bad Things Happen to Good People? Why is this happening to me? Or when a natural disaster happens or violence happens, when we look at the world, when we watch the news, whatever it may be, this question of why happens over and over again. And so when we say things like, everything happens for a reason, or when tragedy strikes and we say things like, well, that's because it's God's will, we are blaming God for not only the good, but for the bad that happens in the world. And here's the reality for you and me. You and I are not these marionettes, and God is not a puppeteer. And when it comes to our own faith, I want us to think carefully about how God really works and our own understanding. It wasn't that God said, "This is my will." No, God was heartbroken in our story of faith as God watches what we do to each other. And I believe that that is still true for us today. Most of our story of faith is us doing what God doesn't want us to do, and God coming along and putting the pieces back together and cleaning up the mess of what we've done to each other. And see, what does our story of faith tell us about how God works? God works through you and through me. I'm going back to that Genesis passage. God says, you take care of it. You cultivate it. You be the hands and feet and the healing of Jesus in the world. Do you know the rate of starvation has been cut in half since 30 years ago? That's not because God is up there pulling strings. That's because people responded and took seriously starvation and did something about it. They took seriously that they are our siblings' keepers and did something about it. Remember, we are light. We're not far from the story of Christmas, the birth of the Christ child. We're not far from the wise men finding the star. God needs us. God needs you and me to be light in the world. So go be light. Go be people of justice. Go be people of love and peace. Amen.